This is Bill Hurst. I'm here at Highland Hill Farm. We own a lot of tree farms, ranches, and properties that are used by our tree business to grow trees. And I want to talk to you today about why the Obama administration is bad for our farming and why we're going to have to close down and we're going to have to gradually get rid of all our employees and all our trees and shrubs. First of all, the major consideration in our farming operation is transition. I'm getting older, my wife's getting older, and we will die. And there's an inheritance tax liability. And in our case, the liability will be a 55% liability to the federal government for inheritance taxes. There will also be, on death, a real estate transfer. In other words, the real estate will transfer from our name to our heir's name. So, according to the health care bill, 3.9% tax will be extracted on that transfer because it is a transfer of real estate. There's also a 2% real estate transfer tax in Pennsylvania and a 5% inheritance tax approximately. So these are a lot of taxes. Now we'll also have to have appraisal fees, probably amount to 1%, legal fees, probably 2%, and we may have fees to a real estate agent or an agency to sell the property for the estate, and that could amount to 5-6%. Now, we have found on our large farm properties that it takes between 4 and 10 years to sell one on the fair market to the highest and best use, which is what you need to pay for inheritance tax based on the highest and best use of the property. That having been said, we will miss the 6-month window to pay the tax without penalty. So the government will have a 15% surcharge for not paying the tax on time, timely tax payment. Not only that, since it's going to take maybe 5-6 years, there could be a 5% interest penalty each year. Plus the real estate taxes on the property each year. Well, if you add up all these taxes, those taxes amount to about 120% of the value. In other words, by the time you sell the property, for every dollar you receive in sales, you will owe $1.20 in taxes, which means the properties are really a liability. Not only that, the trees that we grow, we have one farm that has 120 acres of trees. And on those 120 acres, there's about 1,000 trees per acre. And if you look out in the yard, you can see we grow a lot of high-quality, large caliper trees and shrubs. If we have 120 acres of trees with 1,000 trees per acre with an approximate value of $50 a tree, that translates to a $6 million liability of tax liability, which again, 55% to the state, or to the federal government, 5% to the state, yada 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 on all the taxes. Now, that is about a 4-year supply of trees for our business, which means we have to sell that in 6 months. It can never be done. So I've directed that if I get ill and I'm ready to croak, before I die, I want a hydro axe to come in, and I want every tree hydro axed to the ground. Because it's better to clear the ground and have a clean slate for the next generation than it is to try and pass on the trees to the next generation or try and sell the trees, because it just won't happen. And it will create a huge tax liability. So, President Obama, you can have your taxes, but you can't have my trees. I'm going to cut them to the ground. I'm going to burn them. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to hydro axe them, but you aren't going to get them. Thank you. These are our 4-foot emerald greens. Give us a call at 215-651-8329. This is a block of emerald green arborvitaes, just to give you an idea. These are from 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10 foot. And they held up pretty well through the winter. Sometimes you do lose a branch due to snow load, but it didn't seem to be so bad. If we take a look over here, you can see these are technique, and you can see how they just fell right apart. So, a few primordialis in there. But you can just see the difference, how well these held together versus some of these others over here for the Techni and the Pyramidalis. So give us a call at 215-651-8329. These are our Atlas cedars here at Highland Hill Farm. A real nice blue coloring selection of a tree that will grow fairly large, fairly rapidly. It likes moist, well-drained soils, but can take some clays as long as the clays are not like wet, moist, stagnant clays. Well-drained clay will be fine. It's fast-growing. It's been noted to be 80 feet by about 25 foot wide. It's a beautiful tree, one you wouldn't want to be without. Next to it right here is our Acker Grissom paperbark maple. And then over here we have a bunch of red maples. These are Japanese red maple blood goods. So give us a call at 215-651-8329. We're here at Highland Hill Farm on Route 313 in Fountain.
This is a block of witch hazel vernalis. They run in here anywhere from about 4 to 5 up to 7 to 8, and some 8 to 9 down in the lower end. Beautiful heavy block. Very nice plant. Good native tree.
We are not going to run out of 3-foot hemlocks. It looks like about 2,000 in this field. So just give us a call at 215-651-8329. We can dig a bunch of these for you. They're really nicely trimmed. Give us a call, 215-651-8329. These are 12 to 14 foot Niagara arborvitaes, and you can see they're nice and full. Just give us a call if you want some real big Niagara arborvitaes. Call us at 215-651-8329. Thank you. These are a columnar type of Zelkova. Give us a call, 215-651-8329. These are green velvet boxwoods. These are about 36 inches. You can see down there we have quite a few more of them. So give us a call at 215-651-8329.